Ain't this some y'all pulled up with Marcus Mosiah Garvey, who is scamming FBA every day in every way.
Home. They're gonna ask you to go back home one day.
Black people come back home.
Who is her people? Because, sweetie, we been know she can't. What's good, B1 family? What's good? What's good? It's your boy, Big Vic. Welcome back to My Black Universe. It's been too long. Been too long. Come out of that cold house, so don't mind my eyes watering. But, yeah. Yeah, they demonetized that other video. With no music in it. They just didn't like the content. I think it's the Asian content, the Haitian content, and the fact that I had a Delineation Now shirt on, so I don't have that shirt on. We'll see what they do this time. Despite that, we're going to do what we need to do. Now, B1 family, this beautiful sister who has Memphis roots, and I had to check her page to make sure she wasn't AI. This is really older sister. She's just using some type of filter that look weird. Makes it look like she's AI. She has a lot to say about delineation, and I like the way she breaks it down.
Hey, what's up, y'all? So I wanted to talk a little bit today about what I think when someone asks me, when will delineation end? Almost like in a finger wagging kind of way, like when will this delineation end? When is this delineation ending? Or when will this delineation end, brother? All of that. And if that made you uncomfortable, this content is probably not for you, so you can keep scrolling if you feel uncomfortable. But when people ask, when will delineation end? I want you to pay attention to who's asking, because that question has a built-in shelf life to it. And delineation, or self-definition and self-preservation, is really something that every other ethnic group practices, but we're the only ones being asked about a shelf life. And, when's this thing going to be wrapped up? Have you delineated? But delineation does not have a shelf life. It's an awareness. And we are beginning to wake up to what that awareness actually means, and just beginning to put into practice what it means to preserve our identity, specifically as a lineage, as Black Americans indigenous to this soil. Not as a broad Black or as a flat Black, not as the African or Caribbean diaspora that really has nothing to do with ours here, and not as a subcategory, the latest, greatest flat minority term, but us specifically. And when people want that to end, it's usually because our specificity is costing them something. Maybe they were riding under the umbrella of a flat Blackness, making claims that were never theirs to make. Maybe our delineation draws a line they'd rather not see, making them uncomfortable and left to lament a reality that they would rather not face. But that's not our problem. It can't be, because delineation is healthy. Here's what it actually does for us. It allows for the disaggregation of data. Data that specifically shows what's happening to us, not what's happening to some broad minority term, but to us specifically. It protects our specific claims, our historical claims that belong to this lineage and to no one else. It preserves our ethnic identity and stops ethnic erasure. It puts us on a path to a protected class status, as we should be in this country, because they have redefined us before and folded us into categories that served everyone else's interests but ours. Delineation says, that ain't happening again. And once you come into this awareness as a lineage, you don't step back out of it. That's not how awareness works. You cannot unknow what you now know. So when they ask, when will delineation end? The honest answer is, it doesn't. This is our lens going forward. This becomes our lens in which we see policy, in which we see data. This becomes the lens in which we see who keeps getting left out of every conversation that claims to be about us. We are a specific ethnic group here, specific to this country. We deserve specific protections, specific data, and specific recognition. And that's just the beginning, considering we built this country. So keep naming it, keep protecting it, keep moving with intention, keep letting our people know. Because an awareness this important doesn't get a shelf life. It gets a legacy. Be honest, not offended.
So eloquent, so smooth. She just laid it on like butter on a piece of cornbread in the cast iron skillet. And her name is Candace, and she is a real person. Once again, I've seen her lives, right? I've scrolled through and I've seen, oh, she's live. That's a real person. All right, so you're on TikTok, that's just to go follow. You can't tell me she didn't break that down smooth. You can't tell me she didn't. Speaking of Black folk, empowering black folk. I like what this next sister has to say.
Real quick, when y'all go into them white-owned restaurants and they give y'all an expensive bill, y'all like to take pictures and post it on social media to prove to everybody that you got bread and you and your people, y'all spend money like drug dealers. But then when y'all get to the black-owned spot, y'all questioning why this cost this and why this cost that. I thought y'all like to spend money. I thought y'all spent money like drug dealers. What's going on? Y'all don't want to spend that bread with the black-owned restaurants? But will happily spend your little money at the white-owned spots, and not only happily spend, but take a picture to post how much you spend. Why the black restaurants and the black business owners can't get the same energy?
Pretty sure she meant energy. You know what I'm saying? But she was passing, she was on fire. And she's right. Negroes. I was at, remember Salt Bay, which a lot of people went to, the real people went to. It was like, this shit trash. He fell off hard when black folks stopped, well, when the tether stopped glazing them, because FBA fam, we gonna go somewhere, we gonna tell the truth. I remember when Big Dog, and I think Big Dog TV, shout out to him, I'm cool with him. I would think Big Dog TV, he might be from the islands or something. He might have some other roots somewhere. Cause he went to a restaurant, he said it was good. Cause this was the time I was in Texas, and I was doing certain restaurants black owned, and I was sharing them on social media. And it was trash. Like, it was trash to somebody else. And they was like, because I was big, this one I was over 300. And back when he was plump. But I'm like, hey, you can't confuse the two of us. Like, this Negro's over 6 foot. I ain't even 5'10". I'm 5'9.5". He like, man, was it you or Big Dog that said, I said, what restaurant? He's like, such and such. I was like, no, that was Big Dog. That wasn't me. Man, I went there, man, and me and I took my lady, man, we woo. I like, what the hell is this? Yeah, if your restaurant ain't good, bro, I'm like, yeah, try again. Dust yourself off and try again. You can throw that plate away and try again. Try again. But in the midst of what that sister said, well, here's another black-owned business. And I believe this one is in Mississippi.
How them old burgers up there down that street where they give you more bun than they give you meat? Well, bring your big bag ass on down here to Burger Man LLC. That's 304 Buzz Street, West Point, Mississippi, 39773, right off 45. Burger tastes so good, make you want to slap your mama. Ain't that right, Ty? Yeah, boy. Mama, come here.
What the hell you want, Ty?
Oh. Only one location, so it near you. Get near me. Let's go. Right now to sold out today. Single burger, double burger, triple burger, honey bun burger, regular fried, and loaded fried. From right now until sold out. Y'all know what to do. Get near me. Let's go.
Y'all heard that part at the end, right? I'm about to knock this button. She told me you better not slap me hard either. You slap me hard, and you don't see God. Yes, ma'am. You see, he did real as often as he could. But that's West Point, Mississippi, the Golden Triangle area. We actually do have a hospital down there. And if I'm ever on call and Buddy got a call down there, I need to run down there too. And because I'm going to stay, because it's like 3 hours down that way. I'm going to stay tonight, and guess what? I'm going to try to make sure I go over there and grab one of them burgers, let y'all know what I think. But if you out that way, try them, let me know. Let's support the young brother. Now, lately, I've been saying a lot about what's going on in Memphis. But there's a lot going on in Memphis, but we've had so much going on in the Black American space. It's just been, we've just been inundated with mishappenings and unalivings and just being terrorized all over the place. And it can become overwhelming. So sometimes you may think I missed something I did miss. It's just hard to just like, how do I make it flow? How do I make it work? How do I bring it to the people and family? And then also I work. Like yesterday, y'all would have got a video, but had to go into work early. So I was like, hey, I got to get it. I just give it to the family the next day. But shout out to the sister. She's been covering and checking on what's going on with these daggone politicians here in the Memphis area. Watch this.
Why is the Young administration receiving $5 million for AutoZone Park? Let's talk about it. What's up, y'all? It's Amber, the MLK 50 creator in residence, and your favorite policy organizer, of course. Mayor Paul Young's administration proposed a resolution to allow an up to $5 million short-term loan to finance repairs and future renovation planning for AutoZone Park. The loan would come from commercial paper proceeds. That's what it's called when the government borrows money, then sells the bills from that debt to investors for cash. The government can use that cash and repay investors later. The resolution comes after the city council did not put money in the budget to pay for repairs at AutoZone Park, which is city-owned. A representative from AutoZone made public statements about how disappointed it was to not receive that funding. In the resolution written by the administration, it says that AutoZone Park has significant deferred maintenance, including critical life safety needs, and must remain in compliance with Major League Baseball's Player Development League standards. The minor league Redbirds are a feeder team for the St. Louis Cardinals. So top players develop their skills in AutoZone before making it to the big leagues. The resolution goes on to say that the city needs to use $1.5 million to develop a renovation design plan that will address both maintenance that's been put off and anticipated future requirements for player development leagues. But the majority of the money requested will first be spent on repairs to the park. The critical repairs listed are about the HVAC system, adding safety netting to club level seating, and repair of a malfunctioning fire alarm system to prevent false alarms. The proposal also states that AutoZone Park is missing 2 player development league standard requirements for the current season, which are 2 batting or pitching tunnels and a batter's eye, which is a dark circle backdrop beyond the center field wall directly in the batter's line of sight to ensure hitters can clearly track the baseball. When discussing the project, some city council members were skeptical. Some wondered if it should be a priority for Memphians and that they would rather fund programs people have been asking for, like mental health support. But the city council met on Tuesday and voted to approve the loan. Hope y'all feel more informed on budget allocations for this year. And as always, it's important to be aware, but not afraid. Informed, but not incapacitated, and educated, because this is not the end all be all. All right, y'all. Peace.
Shout out to the sister, and don't mind they cutting the grass. But that's another thing. So you see how the money's been allocated and how they do things. But it's always at the end. It's always at the end. It's never proper maintenance. When you're doing proper maintenance over time, you don't have to spend all this money at once, and you can allocate funds as you need to do it. That's like me not taking care of my bike, you know what I'm saying, doing the oil change like you're supposed to, and then when the motor craps out, oh man, I gotta spend all this money on the motor. If I'm doing proper maintenance over time, I'm gonna spend a third, if not a quarter, or what it would cost to replace the whole motor and have it installed. So I noticed there's something about the administrations here in the Memphis, Shelby area that it's never let me do it over a period of time. It's always, well, let me see how far I can milk it before I have to spend this money. And it's literally starving out the city. But when folk ask for certain other things, they can't get it because, okay, oh shoot, now it's a priority. Now it's a priority. Instead of just maintaining over the years. And don't get it twisted. Paul Young makes $210,000 a year. So does Lee Harris. Because remember, there's 2 mayors, Shelby County mayor and Memphis mayor. They both make $210,000 a year. So anything ain't being compensated for what they do. Black faces in high places. Yay. Niggas.
So this is coming from the voice of Detroit. This is what I need Detroit to do, if Detroit can do this. I need Detroit to be selfish this summer. That means only fuck with us. Only fuck with black folks. We 80% people of color. We only, this whole summer, we only fucking with us. That means don't go downtown. Don't go nowhere else. If it ain't black, we not fucking with it. Just do that for one summer. And it's always going to be them black folks like, come on, man. We not talking to them. We talking to the 80% people of color that love black folks. Black folks, love on yourself this summer. Throw a backyard party, invite more black folks. Pray for black folks. Fellowship with more black folks. And once again, it's gonna be black folks like I don't like. We not talking to you. You's dysfunctional. We not talking to the 3% dysfunctional black folks that want to act like white folks. We talking to the black folks that love black folks. Detroit, I need you to be selfish this summer. Spend money with each other. Cook for each other. Fellowship with each other. Worship with each other. Pray for each other. Build each other. Communicate with each other. Do more neighborhood stuff with each other. This summer, just love on black folks. Detroit stand up, beer gang gonna stand without. This one summer, Detroit, start the trend where we only fuck with us. God waiting on us. When God see we only loving each other, he gonna build with us. Detroit stand up, beer gang gonna stand 1,000.
Brother, I feel you in what you're saying. I'm not saying you're wrong. But if you really want to see the unity in Detroit, drop that people of color. Because what that does, it allows for people who are non-FBA to come in the mix and bring around an arbitrary white person or Asian person or Latino person and throw off the whole energy, the whole vibe. And everything you're trying to get going and get moving forward, they come in, they look and being nosy, and they take it back to their people. And they re-strategize. And it's got to be for more than one summer, brother. This has to be an ongoing thing. All right, it's going to go right back, and it's going to double down, triple down. See, B1 family, let's talk about it. I'm losing weight over a period of time, and it's becoming more consistent because I'm working on consistency other than, saying, let me do this. Let me just lock in real quick and do something quick and do something hard and fast for a few weeks in a month and then drop a bunch of weight. And then because the habits haven't effectively changed, I bloom back up and I add 10 more pounds or 20 more pounds. What's going to happen, brother? You're going to go hard for summer, and then next summer, they're going to triple down with them folk. And all the money they lost, they're going to get it back and then some. It's going to be like they got it back with interest. We can't move like that. All right? It's got to be consistency because we have to break habits. We have to first off recognize the habit. Because sometimes you go back and drinking or whatever, eating cakes late at night, cooking late at night, being sedentary, not working out. And then nah, hold on, let me get my ass up. I don't need to eat. I ain't really hungry. What am I doing? And these are things I'm starting to do in my life. And I just want to let you guys know, what I'm saying? You see it, and it's happening slowly. You might see me revert back a little bit, but I'm making more conscious decisions because I'm recognizing habits. What we're doing now with the blackout is allowing us to recognize our habits and say, hey, all right, normally whoa, I can't go here. I got to be on code. Because out of habit, I would go to this gas station. Out of habit, I'd go to this restaurant. Out of habit, I do X, Y, and Z. Now it's like, hold on, let me check my habit, do my research, and I'm going to proceed.
Y'all gotta excuse me, I'm at the pool with my nieces and nephews. Let me say this real quick. I'm gonna make this really quick. They are trying to provoke black people. They're trying to do it via the Asian community. They're trying to do it through other communities. They're trying to do it through taking things away. That is what they're doing. This is what this government is doing right now. Let's just be honest. Let's tell the truth here. They're trying to get us to react violently. But you guys, please remember that we said after this election that we are not going outside. And we need to stick to that. Now that they are using other communities in order to do their dirty work, all of this is economic. Again, you need to stay in the house and you need to withhold your dollar and put it in the pocket of another black person. To the ones that's losing their jobs and they're trying to lay us off and they're trying to attack us via the black women, we need to help one another. This is about economics and control. Let's be honest here. And they are trying to provoke our community to react horrifically out in these streets, and we are not going to do it. Withhold your dollars, withhold your energy, because they feed off of that. Stay in the house, buy the essentials, and guess what? Those essentials you can get from a black person. It's black farmers, it's black purse makers, it's black everything. It may be inconvenience and you can't just drive to it, but you can order it. We have to be strategic here. This is what they're trying to do, and we're not going to allow it to happen. Understand?
She's absolutely right. What we have to do is now, and our strategy is know your budget. Look at the month. See, I know how many times I get paid this month. So now I'm already, all right, I can do this. I can do that. We can do this. Hey, we want to try to do this at this time. Organize and plan. Okay, cool. I'm working with my people. I know I get paid this time. All right, let me get off these folks, step away from the grocery store, and let me do X, Y, and Z. Let me go down to the butcher's market. There's a brother. There's like a meat market in Mississippi, in North Mississippi somewhere. Was it Tupelo? It's close enough. Like it's like an hour and a half, whatever. And so it's like, okay, cool. Now, boom, I need to get a deep freeze. We need to, you know what I'm saying, how much you want to spend, $400-500. Deep freeze. Yeah, there's ways to do it. And you ain't always got to get a chest style deep freezer. They make deep freezers that stand up, that have a smaller footprint, but you can still stack up a lot of meat. Ain't no excuses, B1 family. We got Amazon. You can search Lowe's, Best Buy. You got Google. You can Google all this stuff. You can Google upright deep freezers and get it for less than $500, less than $400. They be having sales. Negroes got excuses. All right, Negroes got excuses. Man, I can't do that, man. You know, I gotta know. No. Like I said before, those are the next to me niggas. Every time you're doing something, you're like, why you always next to me, nigga? Hey, man, you know what I'm saying, man? Hey, let me get a little bit. They always want to be around to get a little bit. They ain't never around to help you build it up, to save up for it, to search for it, to go get it. But when it's time to eat, when it's time to enjoy it, when it's time to participate in the end result of a thing, they right there next to you. And sometimes it be, quote, family. Be careful of that. Because that's parasite behavior. And we ain't doing that. Oh, B1 family, we checking stuff inside the community, inside the B1 space. Because as we get... Let me close this damn garage. I like the sunlight. I feel like the sunlight is the best light. I was trying to keep it somewhat open. And all of a sudden, he will come down his way. Okay. But like I was saying, B1 family, be careful of these parasitic relationships you have with people. When they come around, man, you know, we cool, we hanging, they always there to get something. They never contribute. Old school saying that you might have heard. They always taking beans out the bean pot, but never put any beans in. We dead in that because that's a cancerous type of behavior we not finna have amongst ourselves. If it won't grow, it gotta go. Hard decisions will be made. You either gonna make it yourself or life's gonna make it for you.
If this is what we're doing, let's get the numbers right. So South Carolina has attracted over $669 million in capital investment from the Asian communities and companies, which is a key and major driver for the state's economy. So if we're boycotting this, so that money's not coming in. We're boycotting nail techs, food services, hair products, hair care, whatever. I need all my African American business owners to the front. We can replace those companies, those businesses, whatever. Drop your information in the comments so we can find you. You know, we will travel. We will come and get our hair done. We will get our nails done. Put your information out there. Don't sleep on this. $669 million. We're trying to get this money out of the Asian community and put it into the African American community. Let's do this.
We'll put it in the FBA community. because African American can literally be somebody who's born in Africa or literally has African descent that came over here in their first generation immigrants, second generation, et cetera, et cetera. Which is another thing they're mad at. They're mad that we're saying, hey, yeah, nah, because y'all didn't want to be black until now. Until you saw dollar signs. Shout out to Natural Tour. I heard her say that. I was listening to her and her brother Black Alpha. You know, they do the Twitter Spaces, X Spaces. We gonna call it Twitter. And she said that y'all didn't want to be black until you saw dollar signs, and that's the truth. When money became about, oh, I am so black. I'm so black. No, you Nigerian. Stay Nigerian. You're Ghanaian. You're Ugandan. You are everything else but black. You're Jamaican. You're Trinidadian. Haitian. Everything else but black. Keep it that way. No, you ain't got to worry about us telling you to keep it that way. We're going to show you you're going to keep it that way. Because we set the rules. We are the barometer.
Because what you mean, the Asian community is now trying to add an amendment to the Asian hate bill to say that it's a hate crime to boycott Asian businesses. What? How the fuck are you going to make black people spend money with you? What stage of grief is this? Force? I find it funny that they're running to the white man to get the white man to force black people to do something, but you're not asking those same white men to patronize your businesses. Why is that? And the white men who are also happy to write these bills to try to force black people to do it don't even think to come to your businesses. Why is that?
Oh, B1 family, you thought I wasn't going to deal with what the other issues going on? The other things going on? Oh, no, I just have to put it deeper in the video. We're going to see what YouTube does with this one. Yo, and you heard them right. Yeah, they're like, oh, no. We're going to make these niggas spend money with us. They're trying to make us. B1 family, they're trying to make us spend money with it. You heard that? Make us. Almost like they share ideologies and mental alignment with slave owners. Because you're going to force us to do it? Force spending? I didn't think this through, huh? Or you start looking at that bottom line and start looking at how that money's drying up. It's like, oh, damn. If it keeps going like this, we got to go back home. Oop.
I need y'all to understand that a lot of people in the Asian community getting online to spew anti-blackness aren't angry at the fact that they feel like black people are threatening to boycott their businesses. They're more irritated with the notion of us taking our money and investing it back into black businesses. I know a lot of y'all might think, well, why would they care about that? They do. Trust me, they do. All of these Asian people getting on here spewing anti-blackness, doing it in heavy AABE. We are the reason they're able to bring their asses to the States and start businesses in the first place. We make shit move. We make shit trendy. We make shit go. Without us, they have nothing. The second we stop going against each other as black people and being fearful of pouring into ourselves, unstoppable. None of them can fuck with us. That's how powerful.
That's our sister Crystal Crave. She's on TikTok and on IG if you want to go follow her. And she does put out music. But yeah, we make it move. We make it hot. Like right now, Tubi's blowing up. There's so many bad movies on there. There's so many there's good ones. But it's usually centered around black creators. We make stuff hot. Y'all remember UPN 21? I don't know what number channel station would be where you were at, but in Texas, UPN 21. And then that's particularly for the DFW. And then CW33, black shows made that hot. And then what happened when they got hot enough? They kicked black folks to the side. Well, this time we're taking advantage, taking control of our destiny. You're not just going to kick us to the side. No, because we're going to keep everything in the house. Now what? Oh, you butt hurt? But you wanted this, right?
The Asian community cares more about white validation than they do about their own money. Because they're all in these comments cheering white people on and right beside them as they all tear black people down for deciding to pool our own resources, right? But they're not patronizing your businesses. Validation don't pay bills, so what you gonna do at the end of the month?
like Kevin Hart did Don Cheadle. Damn. Damn. What you gonna do at the end of the month? I'm stop. I'm stop. No, I'm not. We not. We gonna keep going.
Asian boycott thing. Are y'all serious?
Oh, so y'all still don't understand. 2 cups of flour, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 eggs, and warm water. That's the traditional way. I add a little chicken bouillon in mine because I like flavoring what it is that I'm eating. I don't know about y'all. See, this is how back in the day y'all had to learn how to make chicken from black people. I said back in the day, I had to learn how to make chicken from black people. So I don't understand why y'all think we need the cuisine, or you making something way beyond difficulty that we can't make. Right now, I just showed you how to make egg roll and wonton wrappers from scratch, and you can fill it with whatever you want.
See, don't get it twisted. Yeah, we can do this. It's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We got this. Fam, this is what we do. This is what we've been doing. We just got caught up in a whole bunch of nonsense. We were thinking a certain type of way, and it was to our detriment. We understand that now, so we're moving in a different way, in a different area, in a different space, and it's benefiting us. That thing's delineation. Delineation is doing so much for us. The folk are crashing out around us. They're having wars amongst themselves, and that's good. See, everybody was beating up on black folk on FBA. They kicking us while we're down and kick us and, lift us back up, just kick us back down and lift us back up to beat us back down. And it was just a constant like, dang, we can't get right. No. We didn't delineate. And once we delineated, all the numbers are starting to correct themselves. All the folk who were coming amongst us, putting targets on our back, got to hold their own nuts. It's been a beautiful situation.
Some of the Haitian nationals that have TPS, they have children that were born in Chile, they have children that were born in Brazil, they have children that were born in different countries, and they have children that were born in the United States. So when we're talking about separation, the separation is far more complicated than people are even speaking of, right? So what do? You're going to send a Brazilian, Chilean, American national to Haiti when that's not their country of origin. There's no passport for them to go to Haiti. So this is very, very complicated.
We're looking at here. This was Del Rio, Texas in September of 2021 when we had about 15 to 20,000 Haitians cross the border illegally and just set up camp under the international bridge there. I was there. It's probably in the 4 years of border coverage, the craziest thing I ever saw. The thing about this is most of these people weren't coming from Haiti. Like I've posted all these pictures all along the riverbank. There were discarded passports, IDs, paperwork. Most of them had been living in Chile, Peru, and like Brazil. Haitian people after the earthquake.
Yes, they were not coming directly from Haiti, but they got rid of all these documents and like these work permits from Chile because they didn't want U.S. authorities to know they had resettled in another country before coming here because it would hurt their possible asylum.
They're having kids wherever they could benefit at the most. They were already settled in Chile, already settled in Brazil, but then they heard there's better opportunity. You get more free stuff, more benefits in the U.S. 2 years of rent-free. Furniture-filled apartments, houses, and townhomes. And when you run out of money, you could beg for more. Yeah, home base. Y'all remember a Haitian girl blew through $40,000, $5,000 a month, and was begging Boston for more money because of that home base program and paid 2 years of your rent. I bet you they wasn't offering that in Brazil. I bet you they wasn't offering that in Chile. And then they just come to these borders and destroy all their paperwork so they could claim asylum. And then they could also get enrolled in TPS at the time because that was in 2021, 2022. You could apply for both. Yeah, at the same time. So yeah, put me on TPS status while I wait to see if my asylum is going to be approved or why it's pending. So yeah, I mean, these people, how Chris Brown say, they ain't loyal. You already settled in one country. You was already settled with a worker's permit, with a passport. They took you in. And then as soon as the next biggest thing came along, they bounce. These ain't loyal. These ain't loyal. And they popping it everywhere. They having, you know how Ludacris had that song Pippin' all over the world? They having babies all over the world. Babies all over the world, y'all. Like, How do you supposed to feel any kind of, sympathy or empathy? What is the word? I don't know, because I'm not in that position, but is it empathy? I gotta look it up. But for people that's just opportunists, that's all it says. You already had a good thing in Chile. You already had a good thing in Brazil. But you came over here to the United States thinking that it was going to be better, but not paying attention to the word temporary. Temporary. But anyway,
Like I told you, fam, you think I was gonna deal with this stuff? Come on now. Y'all gotta know better. Cause some of them talking crazy, some of them copping pleas. It's just been a lot. Heck, they even got a fellow Caribbean talking on them. It's a backhanded compliment type of situation, rather. It's like, damn. But she getting checked too. Y'all listen in.
Good morning, America. America, good morning. Good morning, people. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? How you doing? Black America, how are you? How are you? Now, here's the thing, Black Americans. Here's the thing. I'm going back to MAGA tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, I'm back at MAGA. But I got to give you one more day. Just one more day, because I went into my inbox. So let me make it clear, Black America. Can I just make it very clear for you? I am not a part of your race baiting. Like, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm not doing that. The intention of my video was to call you out because what you're doing is wrong. Now, a sister was in my inbox, and here's what she said. She said that us Caribbean people don't realize what they went through. Now, I'm trying to understand you, my sister. Because let me give you a little bit of history. Can I just give it to you? Before there was a Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., there was a man called Marcus Messiah Garvey, who left Jamaica and came to America to fight your civil rights movement.
Yeah, she's ugly. Yes, she's Jamaican. Yeah, she said the nonsense. So I had to stop it right there. No, he tried to get Pan-Africanism started in Jamaica. Y'all wasn't with it, which actually was intelligent of y'all. That was intelligent of y'all. We'll speak on that later. Came over here, not for our civil rights movement. Came over here for Pan-Africanism. And it got popping because of us. Because we was like, cool, let's get it popping. But don't you ever try to compare that some bit. I mean, that Negro to Martin Luther King. Don't you ever. You disgusting tether, you.
If you don't believe me, go look it up. Go look it up. So don't you tell me that we don't understand what you went through. Because we were there going through it with you.
We were there going through it with you? No. Marcus Garvey was over here scamming Black Americans. That's what he was doing. Y'all sent the scammer amongst us. Y'all sent the first tether on record in history to be amongst Black Americans. Ain't that some Ain't this some Y'all pulled up with Marcus Messiah Garvey, who was scamming FBA every day in every way. That's what y'all was doing. Yeah. The audacity of this tether.
Marcus Garvey didn't track to come to America to fight civil rights for Jamaicans. He fought civil rights for you, the American Black people.
That's a lie that makes no sense. Why would the American government listen to a foreigner about our civil rights? Where they do that at? Tethers lie. But that's why we call them tethers. The people, you're tethered. This is tethering. She's literally lying through her ugly face. That is an ugly Jamaican woman. I gotta say it again. And I was like the Bill Cosby face. Pudding. Oh. And she feeling herself. You are ugly, ma'am. I nigga on the planet. But I'm looking at your facial structure. Your mama wasn't thinking it through. She let your daddy hit. I'm sorry. It is what it is, family. Come on now. I look at that woman. Y'all see that. Y'all see what I see. Don't do that. Cause y'all see, y'all like, we.
As I said, I came here to remind you that your treatment towards the Haitian people is wrong, and I'm not gonna take back my talk.
Our treatment now didn't Haitians try to make it to Jamaica, and Jamaica sent them back? Didn't Haitians try to float from Haiti to Jamaica, and Jamaica sent them back? The audacity of these tethers.
Yo, I see FBA happy that Haitians getting deported. Look, man, one thing about us Haitians, y'all can never say we hated on y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can say it, but y'all can't really prove it. Y'all can show us not nowhere where Haitians did anything to y'all. You feel me? All I'm hearing is, oh, this one lady said dirty black American. Yeah, y'all can mention that, but at the end of the day, like, Haitians show you have nothing but love. You know what I'm saying? So one person can't represent the entire nation. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't never hated on nobody. We're the most loving people that I know. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we ain't did nothing to y'all, and I know why a lot of y'all hate us, but we still love y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? But I know it's because the girls love us, so y'all gotta hate. It's all good.
Nope. You don't get to do that. No more copping, please. I'm sorry. That's over. You guys have been very disrespectful to us. Not all of you, but too many of you. Okay? Then y'all want to make, videos like this, copping please, and coming up with all this fake love and fake unity stuff. Stop. Like that Haitian woman earlier this year who came out and said that we were dirty black Americans. Yeah, we came at her like an army, as we should have. Yeah. And here you go, it's not all of us. It's too many. And I don't see people like you who say stuff like that. I don't see you checking your own people for doing stuff like that. You're doing stuff like this. Your people's doing stuff like this on our soil. We helped y'all get over here. We helped raise y'all. Why would we play you? Come on now. Why? Y'all want to cop please and stuff. I don't understand. Our energy depends on yours. That's exactly how we are as a people. Most of us are. About 99% of us are that way. If you have bad energy, we probably won't even mess with you. But if you come at us crazy, we gonna come right back at you crazy. Probably even more crazier. That's just how we are, foundational black Americans. We are the soil of this country. It's better to get in with us. Get in good with us. We are the foundation. And this wouldn't be happening. But y'all chose not to do that. And we have the receipts. Oh, we have many receipts of y'all disrespect. Your people disrespecting us. And some of y'all think we're supposed to still fight for y'all because you No, Nah, brother. Y'all got to do this on your own. Y'all got all the skills and everything over here. Now take it home. Build up that country. We want to see that. We want to see y'all win. Shout out to the people who never left Haiti. Shout out to them, though. You know what I mean? And you made a little dig about, we hating because the girls like you or some shit. I don't know what that's about. But let me ask you this question. Do they still like you with an expired TPS? I'm just asking.
They're gonna ask you to go back home one day.
Black people, come back home. Come back to the South.
Exactly. Because where we going? This is our land. This land is my land. This land's not your land. You need to go back to your home island. I'm being serious, not facetious. You need to go back home.
We're a Black American, FBA,
There you go. Get it correct.
said that Haitians look like monkeys and gorillas.
Now, what did you say? Because, see, they have to do a little thing where, y'all just punch down on it. See, I heard that video with Tariq where he was on live with that one Haitian chick. She was saying a whole bunch of stuff and talking. You guys are stupid. You guys don't know what you're doing. We just all these pejorative terms against us. Like, what do y'all think we supposed to do? We invented roasting. That's what we do. All right? So, little Haitian lady, like your gang leader, you will be barbecued. Bars. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing this morning. That's how good I'm feeling.
And ooh-ah-ahs. Crazy world, crazy works. We've completely lost the plot, y'all.
No, y'all lost the plot. Y'all have been disrespectful for decades. Jamaicans, Haitians, Trinidadians, Ghanaians, Nigerians, Ethiopians, Somalians, Sudanese, Congolese, all y'all, collectively and individually, have been disrespectful. And we just say, you know what? Hands off. F it, hands off. We've taken this hands-off approach on y'all, and now all of a sudden it's, oh my God, ooh, I don't know these white supremacists play like this. Yeah. So we've been taking the brunt of it for you. And now that we're like, nah, why are we taking these extra whoopings, these extra lashes, these extra pops? We can just let y'all do your own thing and then get it pop in. And now we lost the plot. No. Y'all didn't think fat meat was greasy. Welcome to it. Go get you some heart medicine, you know what I'm saying? Get congested. You don't want it to happen.
So I was having a conversation with a Haitian, and they were talking about all of the hateful comments and rhetoric that's been spewed by a lot of FBA individuals. And I said something that's going to be pretty unpopular between a lot of Haitians. So as you guys know, TPS has ended, and now a lot of Haitians that's on TPS is up for deportation. And there's been plenty of videos, comments with FBA individuals essentially, glorying and praising that, Haitians are going to get deported. They got to go back, pack up your bags, all of these different things like that. And then he said, you don't see how a lot of their talking points is literally symmetrical to white supremacists and how they were treated by white America? And I said, yes, but guess what? Have grace. I told them the first thing that you have to do is look at the history of Black Americans. For the group of individuals that have endured the most hardship in this country, they're also the most accepting, they're the most forgiving, and they're the most welcoming. So you can't take the action of a few individuals, and especially in a moment of anger, and try to paint that as their character and who they are and what they represent. Because first and foremost, immigration definitely does affect Black Americans. And not only that, but based on how they're being treated now and the history of how they've been treated, they have all the right to be angry, to be mad. Now you may say, well, they can be mad, but they don't have to be. They don't have to be as hateful as they're being. And this is where I will come in and say, even if you see hateful rhetoric, that's not their heart. Even if you see a lot of people saying, pack your bags, ICE is going to come get you, go back to your country, and all of these different things, I'm telling you, as hateful as they may be, that is not their heart. What you're witnessing is a lot of misplaced anger. While I might not agree with the hateful rhetoric, I'm in 100% support for the FBA movement. All you have to do is give them some time to get some real good leaders that's going to point them in the right direction, give them the right talking point, and things to focus on and to build so that they can primarily focus on FBAs. So all in all, don't let a few people with misplaced anger make you generalize a whole group of people that have a history of being nothing but the opposite.
So us not responding or responding back in kind is hateful. But when it was y'all a bunch of baby mamas, you have no culture, the constant trying to take over. And shout out to the Black Authority, Jason Black, when he called it out on his live on how they're trying to Haitianize Louisiana. Because I've been saying that, like, hey, Louisiana, y'all need to stomp down on this. They've been trying to Haitianize and take Creole, Creole, and merge it with Creole, Creyol. And they've been trying to do that for the longest. And he said a few key things. He said, a lot of them down there in Miami, do they practice voodoo? Have you ever seen that? Have you ever heard of that? Them practicing voodoo in Miami, but they talking about we got voodoo from them? Good point. So shout out to him. So when we start calling these things out now, it's hateful, derogatory. Why they like this? Why they being so mean? Why they being so mean? No, keep the same energy. That pissed me off. Keep that same energy. Don't do that. You throwing stones, and as soon as I take a pebble and throw it back, they was made to me.
Yeah, so excuse the scarf and stuff. I'm getting ready for work, but I just wanted to stop and say this real quick. Why the fuck are y'all arguing with these people? Y'all arguing with the Asians about how the Black Civil Rights Movement helped them get rights here in America, and they wouldn't have none if it wasn't for us. Y'all arguing with them that it's not just about Rick Chow, it's about the constant treatment over decades and decades in the Black community. Mexicans jumping their ass in the conversation, and y'all arguing with them. Y'all arguing with the people that voted against their own people. They don't give a fuck about this fight. It's nothing but content for them and gaslighting for us. And y'all taking the bait, eating it up. Why the fuck are y'all arguing with these cracker pins? They don't give a fuck about the Asians, as they have done for centuries, honey. This is nothing more than them using the Asians as tools in their white supremacy, their white nationalism, their hatred, and their racism. Can we stop the fucking conversations with them and get on with the fucking mission? Those that get it, get it. Those that don't, fuck them. It ain't rocket science. Now I'm gonna finish getting ready for work, and y'all stay y'all asses on course. Fuck them. Shit.
We're not arguing, sister. We're just checking the shit. See, folk have had a bad habit of coming to our house and taking the shit in our toilet and not flushing it. And we're checking it at the door. And we're letting them know they can't come here and take the shit no more. And so now they got to go to their place to take shit. Now they got to smell themselves. And after they smell themselves, they realize they ain't got a really good diet. Social diet, political diet, financial diet. They all toe up. It's like they had Taco Bell for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And snack. With extra guacamole sauce and the hot sauce and all this other stuff. And now they're like, oh, shoot, my stomach's bubbling. The Black Americans got me. And we're like, hey, don't even step foot on our property. That was not a fly. I sure as hell don't know what it was. I don't want it next to my face. I got this beard product there. That's probably what it's attracted to.
I want to be able to paint a better picture for those who are Black or African American that don't understand why them upholding birthright citizenship impacts us first and foremost. Now, one thing that you have to understand is that a lot of the immigration laws, immigration rights, and things of that nature are directly because of us. Because of us. We were mass immigrants, okay, to put it in terms that are simple for people to be able to understand a one-in-one, okay? African Americans, Black people, descendants of slaves, were mass immigrants.
I understand the reason why you created this video, and I understand the message in this video, right? But as a fellow Black American, I have to be honest, but I'm also saying this with love. Because of your wording in this video, you're going to turn a lot of Black Americans away. Black Americans are not immigrants. and that should never be stated. Immigration is voluntary. Black Americans didn't do that. They didn't do it, right? And this is going to come. The disconnect is going to come from people that disagreed with the Supreme Court ruling and also people that agreed with it. Black Americans are not immigrants. Again, I understand the message that you are trying to convey here, but because of your wording, you are going to turn a lot of people away from you with this video.
Now, if y'all want to see the full video our brother is responding to, I got it. Brace yourselves. Oh, I told you. Yeah, we doing it this time. We going big. They probably gonna demonetize this one too. Oh well. And if they do, head over to the site, grab some shirts. In fact, I will say this. By the time you see this video, I expect the new shirts, the new samples to be in. You're going to see pictures on the community tab. You're going to see pictures of me wearing it. And there's going to be a bundle where you can get 4 shirts for a great deal. It's going to be an automatic discount. It's going to be mixed match, sizes, colors, whatever. All right, so note that. All right, this is demonetized. Whether it's demonetized or not, if you guys want to support that way, because a lot of people want to do Cashapp, I prefer you have something in your hand for your money. You will see this evening, should see this evening, at least by the time you see this video, a bundle, the new shirts and a 4-shirt bundle deal. I might even do a 5-shirt bundle deal. I don't know. Buy 4 shirts, get the 5th shirt free or something like that. I'll see if I can do it. But I'll let you know in the community tab what the deal is, what the bundle is, and it's going to be an automatically applied discount. You ain't got to remember no code. All right? We'll show the B1 family some love. And yes, we got some shirts that are coming that are going to be in white. For those who like it's too hot, because you're right. Especially if you're in these areas that are humid, Memphis, Houston, Chicago. Whew.
Yesterday, the Supreme Court gave their opinion upholding birthright citizenship. And there were a lot of African Americans or Black people, Black Americans.
Do note she keeps saying African American throughout this entire video of hers. Black American, freedman, Negro, FBA, Sulan, those suffice. African American is almost a slur at this point.
Who were in my comments upset about me being happy about the ruling. And I want to be able to explain some things because some of the reasons why they were upset that I, as a Black American, African American, was celebrating the birthright citizenship ruling was because they were like, this had nothing to do with us, as in African Americans or Black people. 1, 2, we are descendants of slaves. We built this nation. We built this country. So birthright citizenship being overturned would not have impacted us. And I want to be able to paint a better picture for those who are Black or African American that don't understand why them upholding birthright citizenship impacts us first and foremost. Now, one thing that you have to understand is that a lot of the immigration laws, immigration rights, and things of that nature are directly because of us. Because of us. We were mass immigrants.
Wrong. We didn't come over willfully, sweetheart. That's immigration. And it's Googleable. Shout out to Deontay Wilder. He was the first person I heard say Googleable. So you in the words of Charlie Murphy, rest in peace. Wrong.
Okay, to put it in terms that are simple for people to be able to understand a 1 and 1, okay? African Americans, Black people, descendants of slaves, were mass immigrants.
Now her saying again made me suspect she's really not foundational. She's not of the lineage. Because why would you say that lie? That's a blatant lie. Immigrant, it's a definable word, right? It's definable. You can find the definition of it. How is being forced into slavery immigration? Where they do that at?
But let me tell you why we were not citizens. Dred Scott decision is what told everyone that Black people were 3/5 human and therefore confirmed our ability to be property. Okay? They removed our humanization and marked us as property. We had a $ value to each of us.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like immigration. That sounds like slavery, chattel slavery, which my ancestors descend from, which my ancestors survived. Now, how's that immigration?
We could not vote.
Furthermore, we later on fought for the right to vote, and we got that. Not immigrants. Why would slaves need to vote?
We could not be in the town square. We could not read.
That's incorrect. That's half correct. Half correct. We knew how to read. We didn't let master know we knew how to read. In fact, we were so good, we created our own language. Tunnis.
We were not governed by laws where decisions could be made because we had no decisions.
Then why do we keep having uprisings? Keep having rebellions? Explain it to me. Because we didn't follow their rules. If we were supposed to follow their rules to the T, we still be getting sodomized and raped and beat on. Sodomized, raped, and beat on. Working from sunup to sundown. And then some. 6-7 days a week. 365. Yeah, we don't know. Because we know that wasn't just. That was an unjust system. Like white supremacy.
The laws that governed us, our people, our ancestors, were slave laws, also known as property laws.
We know about the slave code, sweetie. It's okay. It's okay. But keep going.
Property laws. That's why when we ran away, we could be returned to our whomst owner. To our owner, okay? So, what did the 14th Amendment do?
Say it, don't spread. All right? Say it, don't spread.
It gave us citizenship. That's what it did.
And that's why I don't believe she's foundational at all. She has no roots in the soil because we fought for that. We fought. There was bloodshed. Right? Nod your head with me. Right. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. People died for that. On both sides. People got beat up and beat on for that. People got dog sicked on them. Water hoses. All right? 14th Amendment. Civil rights. Everything went through. There was something that had to happen. It starts with a V, ends in islands. No one gave us nothing, sweetie. They weren't finna give us our freedom. They didn't give us nothing. We fought for that, literally. Citizenship, we fought for that, literally. Civil rights, we fought for that, literally. Everything we've gotten, we fought for. Nobody gave us nothing. There was no kindness in the heart of supremacy.
Right? It gave us citizenship. And what people need to understand is that all the way up to the war for independence, there was mass discussions about sending slaves or descendants of slaves back to Africa. So
can't send us back to somewhere we're not from. See, they did a good job of breaking any connection we had to Africa, which was very minimal. Breaking our indigenous connections. Breaking our language as much as we can. That's why they had such a hard time with us. They had a hard time with us because we were always fighting. We was always finding ways to combat the supremacists and move in a way they couldn't think of. That's why hair braiding was such a thing with us, because we got to put a map in your head. Your hair is going to be the map. And you think, oh, trying to maintain that nigger hair, huh? No, we got your ass. We're going to maintain as we dip on your ass. That's the map right there in her scalp. So yeah, that she can't be from the soil. And Google is free.
while we are so far removed. I want you to know that the reason why white people, some of them, state you should return back to Africa is because that's always been a thing. So I'm going to help readjust your mentality in that they never saw black people as being owners of the American dream.
Who is her people? Because, sweetie, we been know she can't. Maybe she got some posh, up to scale, way better than all the other Negroes. She got to be Boule or something. If she found it, if she from the source, she got to be Boule or Jack and Jill or what is that? Eastern Star, something like that. Whatever that nonsense is, she got to be. Cause she talking to us like we don't know our own damn history. Is you cool, sweetie? Is you cool?
Owners of America, period, right? So you have Dred Scott that's going on, right? The reason why they stopped trying to send us back when the War for Independence was going on is because we could be utilized to win.
No, we just wasn't going like that. Only a handful of Negroes that went to Liberia. A handful. And when they got there, it was like, oh no. A lot of them came back. Well, those who made it, who they getting taken out of here, came back. Those who stayed, several of them died. Some made it. But yeah, no, that's not, no, sweetie, no. It's us. She must be around white people all the time. And no, it's not lost on me that she has a nose ring. We are learning and have been discovering and discussing and showing and proving a lot of the movements that have happened over the years and everywhere has had our involvement. We've kicked it off. We're the motivators, the innovators, the trendsetters. If FBA don't move, then it ain't gonna happen. Whose child is this? You make my head hurt. We ain't finna listen to her no more because it's starting to make my head hurt. It's starting to make my head hurt. And it's too early in the morning for that.
Okay, my daily Haitian talk.
It don't get no blacker than Haitians. I'm sorry. She trying to play me because I was born here, but my family was born in Haiti. She trying to act like I ain't the African American culture. I'm Haitian. It don't get no African American than that. It don't. We found Chicago.
His parents was in Haiti. He just came to America.
We found Chicago.
We're the reason why
the state you was born is in America, Louisiana. That's because of Haiti.
You just learned that yesterday.
Don't disrespect me.
You just learned that.
Don't disrespect my culture, bro. It don't get no blacker than us. We are the why? How do you think African Americans had the courage to go against slave owners? Where do you think they got it from? Haitians was the first free black country.
Thank God for Haiti, you know?
We were the first one to revolt against our slave owners and win.
Thank God for Haiti, babe.
And guess what? We are a huge influence to the African American community. We are African American, bro. Show us what's that.
Don't disrespect the Haitians.
It's not disrespecting the Haitian. It means our culture runs deep. Deeper than you may think. You understand?
Deeper than African American culture. Yo, Haitian.
We are African American culture. That's what I'm trying to tell you. What are you talking about?
You are barely African American.
How does that even work? My ancestors from Africa. I was born in America. What are you talking about?
Your parents ain't African American.
I'm not my parents.
Your blood ain't African American.
I'm more African American than you. You got Irish in you.
Babe,
you got Scotland in you. I'm more African American than you.
The African American, the Irish, the Cherokee Indian, and the African.
Irish ain't got nothing to do with America,
but see, unfortunately. See, that's why he that's why he's not African American.
Ireland got nothing to do with America.
The Irish actually built the railroads. They were on the plantations with the Indians and the blacks.
Nothing to do with African Americans.
Most of us African Americans are Irish too.
Don't put that on, bro. Don't put that on people. Everybody didn't have a mixed breed of Europeans. That's not everywhere. Just because you light skin, you don't see. Everybody ain't got that. Okay, you got less African American than a lot of people. Because you have Irish and white blood in you. There's more people.
The white people don't say Irish is white blood.
Bro,
The white people didn't even like Irish
It doesn't matter.
people.
European blood is white blood. If you Irish now, you're white. We know this. What I'm saying is you have less African blood than others.
Who he calling because he ain't even African American.
You have less African blood than others. I have more African American than you. I am. You don't understand that. Look at my complexion. My ancestors are from Haiti. My ancestors also discovered this country. My ancestors also are the reason why we have parts of this country in United States of America.
Thank God for Haiti, babe. No one said anything.
Say it again.
The audacity of these tethers. And Shorty, I see what you're doing, but you laying up with him. You giving him. It's kind of hard to like I did a certain thing me and my wife I don't like. But I let people know, look, as much as I don't like it, I did put 3 children in them. So you can't be like, oh, who was he to say that? How you gonna say what he say? But you laying in that bed next to him, sleeping with the enemy. Be careful.
You know, guys, I haven't spoken on the Haitian people's situation about the Supreme Court's ruling as it relates to the temporary protective status. And you know what, guys? It really dawned on me, right, that the court, in my opinion, didn't make an error. The order was a temporary protection order, temporary protecting them from whatever it was that they were running from. Right? But hear me out, people. The Democrats and the Republicans failed those people. They had the right. They had the opportunity to fix it.
No. And let me close the garage door again. Be on family, I'm sorry about that. All right, these motherfuckers. Haitians have the right and opportunity to go home and fix their homeland.
The same as they did to the DACA people. They had the ability to pass legislation that would benefit the people, and they did not. So now that the Supreme Court ruled, everybody's up in their drawers and panties over it. Democrats and Republicans, you both have failed the people. Now, this is why, people, we're all moving away from the two parties, and we're joining the Democratic Socialists. Because here's the thing, we just need a change. Too much talking and very little action. Who did not see this coming from the Supreme Court? You must have been blind not to see it. It says temporary protection status. Temporary is not permanent. Subject to change anytime. So here's the thing, Democrats. I challenge you that when you take back the House in November, let's see what you're going to do. Are you going to just keep lingering people on? Or are you going to find permanent solutions? That's all I got to talk about, people. But all I want to say here in Boston, our Haitian community is our friends. Those are our family. They've been with us for decades. They work in our nursing home. They take care of your family. Clean their shit out of their ass. You understand what I'm saying? Anyways, people, that's all I came to talk about.
Bunch of tether babble. That's all I heard. You can go home too. Cause that's still ugly. That's an ugly Jamaican woman. She is ugly. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. But look at that. God, dog. Imagine having to see that every night. Oh my gosh. Last thing, B1 family, be careful of these Negroes trying to spin the narrative that Harriet Tubman didn't exist. That a lot of our icons and heroes in our history didn't exist, because that's tether talk. That's oppish behavior. At the very most, and at the very least, coonish behavior.
All my black brothers and sisters, there's a couple of things that I'm standing on. I think Harriet Tubman was a fictional character that was created by a white woman by the name of Sarah Bradford. I know that a lot of black Americans' ancestors were not brought to America from Africa. I would say probably the majority of black Americans' ancestors were not brought to America from Africa on slave ships. That whole entire story is cap. And I don't think I know Rosa Parks was a plant. I don't think I know Martin Luther King was a plant.
I promise you're not on the wrong side of whatever app you're watching this on. I'm a genealogist, a research historian for the Black community, and one thing I do is make sure that genealogy is accessible to us at no cost to us. I'm gonna show you real quick before we get more ignorant why like citing sources are important.
I know people are going to say this sounds crazy, but I think the mindset that a lot of us have around citing sources themselves is a little bit of indoctrination, because we've been taught like, oh, something can't be true unless you can cite a source. But the problem is the sources that we cite are all institutions that are controlled by people that are not black, which is why I tell people a lot of the information that I have has come from years and years and years of looking things up here and there, or, you know, listening to a podcast and then going weeks and weeks pondering on things, using my discernment. It's not like I'm just sitting there with one source like, hey, here you go. It's like these are years and years and years of opinions that I'm sharing with you guys, trying to enlighten people's perspective.
What he's trying to reference is The Scenes of the Life of Harriet Tubman by Sarah Hopkins Bradford, which is a Harriet Tubman biography published in 1868. Now, what I have on my screen right here are newspaper articles prior to 1868 that mentions Harriet Tubman. This is the Brooklyn Eagle, Brooklyn, New York, Saturday, October 21st, 1865. That was not hard. But what it reads is, a great meeting will be held in the African M.E. Church, Bridge Street, Reverend J. M. Williams, pastor. Sabbath even at 7:30 o'clock, the great Underground Railroad conductor and South Carolina scout who has been in the United States service for the last 3 years will speak. This colored lady, Mrs. Harriet Tubman, will be introduced by the Honorable Theodore Tilton. A good time may be expected. A public collection will be taken. Seats free. I got another one from the New York Tribune, New York, Saturday, October 28th, 1865. It says Harriet Tubman, a well-known and highly respectable colored woman, was maltreated on the New Jersey Railroad a few days ago. She is anxious to have the address of Charles F. Dodge, who was a witness of the occurrence, to be sent to the Anti-Slavery Society, office number 18 Beckham Street. How about Harriet Tubman in the Liberator, Boston, Massachusetts, Friday, August 5th, 1864. Harriet Tubman is now in Boston on a brief visit and is ready to communicate with any of her friends with regard to her remarkable experience at Port Royal during the past year and the mission she has now in view. She will remain only a few days and may be found at the Anti-Slavery Office, 221 Washington Street. This is why facts outweigh your opinion. I can look at the Liberator in Boston, Massachusetts, Friday, February 21st. I can see a meeting was held at the 12th Baptist Church in Boston a few days before Harriet Tubman left the city, where addresses were delivered by several gentlemen and also by the beneficiary herself. Tell me why would Canada join in on this, right? So you have St. Catherine's Journal, Ontario, Canada, Thursday, March 8th, 1860. This is the list of letters remaining in the post office on the 1st of March, 1860. So you're telling me that the Harriet Tubman on here is made up in 1860, and this woman ghost wrote her 8 years prior to the book. He's pushing this conspiracy theory the same way that white people want to rewrite history.
People say, why do you defend white people so much? And I'm like, because we're literally under a propaganda attack. And if you pay attention, this has been an underlying tone within liberalism for a while. We want us to believe that white supremacy is such a big issue. To all my black brothers and sisters, let me explain why it is very silly and ignorant to blame white supremacy for the issues within the black community today.
He paints Rosa Parks as a plant, and that's where it stops at, this negative image of Rosa Parks. He doesn't mention that she did work for the Montgomery NAACP for 12 years prior to that bus boycott. He also doesn't mention, as a secretary for the NAACP, that she recorded not only the police violence, but the rape cases. And I find that to be disingenuous, because when you bring up someone like Claudette Colvin, we could have a conversation about how the NAACP cared about optics, right? Claudette Colvin was a teenager. She was also pregnant. There was a white man possibly to be the father of her first child. He calls MLK a plant. Why would the government waste resources wiretapping, mailing a letter telling him to off himself, trying to stop him at every single turn just to end his life? That makes no sense.
50%, if not more, of these black leaders that have been on television or positions of power throughout the years are literally just federal informants and agents. That is why I think the civil rights movement was honestly a big ass psyop, and it wasn't as racist as they say it was back in those times.
We ask for sources. This is what we get.
So I'm not telling the truth because I don't show any evidence and I'm not citing my sources. Hey, newsflash, this isn't a high school history project. This is TikTok, where people share their opinions and also share truth. But newsflash, you don't have to cite your sources when you're sharing something that you believe to be true.
Now you're over here talking about.
So now when people like me come around saying, hey guys, a lot of the things that were happening in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s led to us getting YNs running around in the streets today.
So the 60s, 70s, and 80s, the civil rights movement, Black Power movement, and you could pick any radical community activism going on. Let's use Philadelphia move for this example. Is the reason that we have, and I hate I fucking hate the term YN. This stereotypical view of young black boys being dangerous in the minds of your bosses.
Before I knew I was a conservative, I didn't even really care about politics, honestly. What guys from my generation are looking for is conservative women. Us guys, we want a woman who is smart, but not obnoxiously loud. We want a woman who understands traditionalism, being wholesome, being motherly, being feminine, and a woman who's not brainwashed by this system and understands that God designed this planet for men to be the leaders of a relationship.
Charlie Kirk to racism was like Michael Phelps to swimming.
I don't know if it's just me, but is anybody else tired of people in the black community saying silly shit like this? Honestly, you lost all credibility that you could be objective by insinuating that Charlie Kirk devoted his career to being a racist.
You started this new grift after MAGA kicked you out because you said something they didn't like and they had to remind you your place.
Basically what I'm saying is, once you understand that the history we were given in school is largely either fabricated or dramatized, you also learn that our white American brothers and sisters are not the enemy, and they really never were. But rather, we were intentionally and psychologically misled to be at odds with our white American brothers and sisters for years to come. And once you understand that, you have to ask yourself why.
This man is a grifter, and I'm the founder of the Bristol English Project. I hope descendants of American chattel slavery with our genealogy by making it accessible. So all these lies he's trying to tell you about history, you can go look it up for free, not hidden behind any paywall, any institution. Go get it.
We don't care about what's going on at the city council office. We don't care about what's going on the federal level. But as soon as we feel like somebody black gets killed by a white man that was racist, we want to freak out. Meanwhile, in the hood, there's black men getting killed by other black men every single day. And I don't see no protests. I don't see no boycotts. I don't see nothing. So how the hell are we supposed to get white people to care about one of ours getting killed when we don't even care about ours getting killed?
He's sucking dick. Crazy.
Oh, shit. Now that I have kind of like left the cult, if you will say, not that I was ever really in one, but now that I have left, you know, that mindset where I'm supporting Donald Trump, people are not as supportive of me.
Shout out to our brother Walt. And yeah, that's most definitely a tether. I'm looking at his forehead and the shape of his head. Definitely a tether. Be One family, I hope this has been satiating for your spirit. I hope you're feeling fulfilled. Hopefully they don't have to erase any music. If you see anywhere it's like cutting out audio, that's because there was music in the background I had to erase. If you don't see it, I mean, I'll probably do it because I don't want anything to be out of context. If it does do that and it's weird, I'll probably you probably won't see this video today. You'll probably see it first thing in the morning on the 4th. However, I'm gonna get it to you. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for your love and support. Y'all ran the last video up, crazy numbers. Even though they was hating, they didn't want to monetize it. That's all right, because when they see these blackout shirts, oh, they're gonna be hot. They're gonna be pissed. It's FBA all day and B1.